Hey, what is going on, viewers? Zesty Lime Studios here, and welcome back to another drinks review. Today we are viewing Lidl's Kong Strong energy drink, but this one is going to be on the sugar-free version. So yeah, I got this out of Lidl for a incredible price of 27p, which actually is, I think, one of the cheapest energy drinks you can now buy. The Euro shoppers and stuff are like 35p now, so 27p is a really good price. So anyways, let's give you guys a full 360 of the can. So we have most of the can being in silver, and then as this is the sugar-free version, we have a lighter blue, whereas the full sugar version of this, and once that video is released, that will be in the description below, but the full sugar version is a darker blue, but this one is a lighter blue to represent sugar-free, and more of a lighter version with less sugar. We have the old Kong himself, and we have the Kong Strong logo, and then we have the building as well, exactly from the film. We have the ingredients and stuff on the back, silver, white, and in black. On the bottom we have nothing, and on the top everything's the standard and silver, including the pull ring. So yeah, it's literally themed off the King Kong kind of film and franchise, yes, which is really weird because you think they all sat around a table and said, right, Lidl guys, let's go make an energy drink around King Kong. Like, I don't know, I mean, it's cool because it's like, yeah, Kong Strong and Big Kong energy drink, so it does make sense in a way, but it's just like, I don't know, these Lidl and Aldi, however you want to say it, drinks and stuff, they make you laugh, don't they, what they're themed after sometimes. But anyways, taking a closer look at the can, so it is indeed 0 grams of sugar. We have sweeteners are sulfite K and aspartame, which are exactly the same as the full sugar version. Caffeine content is 30 milligrams per 100 ml, so it's 2 milligrams below the average, which is generally 32 milligrams per 100 ml. And it contains our usual and favourite vitamins, which are niacin, pantothenic acid, vitamin B6 and B12. Right, and apart from that, there is nothing else interesting on the can. So yeah, it's nice and cold. I have got a cup. Let's get straight into it. Hopefully it will not explode over me. So we all know the colour is going to be one of the kind of darker apple colours you get. It might be a bit lighter and it might be a bit more yellow, but for the most part it is going to be that kind of apple colour, which most standard energy drinks are. The smell and taste, well, it's probably going to smell of one of the original blends, and the taste, well, yet again, it's going to probably taste something like one of the original blends. It could taste like the Boost, it could taste like the Emerge, the Euro Shopper, the Best Ways, the Best In, so we will find out. Anyways, hopefully it does not explode over me. That's a lot of air. There we go. Surprise, surprise with the colour, as you'd expect. Quite a lot of bubbles on the top there, actually. Lots of bubbles on the top there. So, yeah, loads of bubbles on the top. Not too many bubbles on the side, though, with this one. The other one definitely had a bit more bubbles. But, yeah, for the most part, the colour is indeed their standard apple type colour, as you expect. Maybe not as dark as apple juice, but it certainly is darker than some of the other energy drinks, which are can be a lot more yellow and bright. So yeah, that's yeah, cool. Right, let's give it a closer smell now and see what we can smell. Yeah, it smells like just an original blend, but it smells on the cheaper side. So it smells like more of one of the cheaper brands of the kind of original smells you get. Now that might be the sugar-free kind of smell coming in there, because, you know, I guess it hasn't got kind of the sweetness to back up the smell of the drink. Obviously the full sugar drinks, they have more of a little bit of sweetness smell to them, but this hasn't got that sugar, so it's probably lacking on the kind of sweetness smell side there. But anyways, a smell is just a smell, so nevertheless, let's try some. That's actually nice. Definitely tastes better than it smells. Okay. Interesting. So it is nice. I will give it that. It definitely is nice. So sweetness wise, this one doesn't seem to be sugar sweet, really. Like, I'm trying to compare this to the full sugar one, which I've just reviewed of this, and I think this one definitely, it hasn't got that sugar kick, but this one seems like it has more like, it seems like the syrup is more pronounced in this drink. And yes, it might be a sugar-free syrup, but it just seems to be more, and I know this doesn't make sense, but it seems to be more thick, if that makes sense. Like, how do I explain it? Some energy drinks are kind of like really thin and watery, but this one seems to be really, just really syrupy. But because it's like sugar-free, it's like almost a sugar-free syrup, and it's just made the drink a bit thicker. So I hope that makes sense, but it makes sense to me as I'm drinking it, but it just doesn't seem as thin and as watery. The best way to probably describe that is if you drink one of the Monster Juiced, for example, they seem like they're more full and they're more packed of stuff because you've got, you know, lots of sugar and juice. But with something like say a Euroshopper original blend, that can be a lot more thin and watery, if that makes sense. That's probably the best way to describe it. So it's not like this is thicker and syrupy. Not a bad thing. I'm just saying this seems a bit more syrupy. Now for sugar-free, that's good because they've kept the sugar low, but you've still got a nice syrupy kick to it and more of a thicker feel. But the actual flavour itself, well, yes, it does taste like one of the original 5 blends. And again, you're asking, what is an original 5 blend Zesty Lime? Well, again, if you've ever drank any of the original blends, whether it's Boost, Emerge, you know, your Euroshopper, your Best Way, your Best In, kind of all them original blends, they're all kind of very, very similar. There's, you know, very similar differences, so they all taste within that same kind of bracket. So it does taste that. It definitely tastes a mid-range, but that, I think that is purely down to the kind of syrupiness of the drink, keeping the actual vibe of the drink up, because maybe if it didn't have that sugar, there would be a more of a chemical pronounced taste in the background, but because of the syrupiness to the drink, it doesn't have any chemical taste or any you know, artificial taste or anything like that, which is good, you know, which is good. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's just that's it's good. Like, it's still got just a nice flavour, and it just can't seem to roll off any bad flavour on my tongue. Yeah, it does taste alright. It just hasn't, basically, comparing this to the full sugar version of this, or the half sugar because of the sugar tax, it just hasn't got the sweetness to it, rather than the syrupiness to it. So, yeah, I mean, what would I ultimately buy? Well, I would buy the sugar-free because it's sugar-free and it still tastes good. I'd like to do these Kong Strongs in a blind taste test in the future. I'd like to do these two in a blind taste test to see whether I can tell the difference, but that'll be for a different video. But yeah, nevertheless, it's nice, guys. For 27p, you can't go wrong at all. It's just, you know, there's far more cheaper brands out there which just don't taste great and just taste really cheap and nasty. But honestly, these Kong Strongs, I'm really impressed with for the price. 27p, and Lidl is everywhere now in England, so, and Lidl of course in Europe, so definitely pick these up, give these a try, and you can drink King Kong's face with the drink. But yeah, that's nice, so definitely get some thumbs up for me, guys. As always, thank you for watching. If you want to check the description below, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or if you want to support me and the channel, you can go onto my Patreon and become a Patreon from as minimum as £1 to support the channel growth. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.